Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we've got a bit of a garbage issue going on over here, but before we go into that, I want to address a comment that I saw right before I started recording this video, talking about how to adjust the number of vehicles on a line. I had no idea this was here. I don't pretend to be an expert at this game, but if you go into your transport menu and then go into the bus section, you can see there are two vehicles in each of these bus lines, and then if you click on this, you can increase your vehicle count modifier. Now that should increase the cost. Yes, I believe that will increase the cost as well, but I kind of want to bump all of these, or at least this one for sure, up. Let's see, was this the one where we were seeing large numbers of people waiting? Actually, let's bring it back down to 2 for right now, and I am also noticing that there's some efficiency to be done by bringing this back until we hit that point. We can save 7% on our budget and still have the same number of vehicles. So that's definitely a little bit of min-max that you can do there. So it looks to me, we can actually see along here to some degree how the passengers are working, but I'm just going to leave that be for now. I think that our bus system is mostly doing what it needs to. And we definitely need some garbage to be dealt with over here. There's no doubt about that. I believe we did put a recycling center over here. Yes, we did, but it is insufficient, it would appear. So I'm also going to put an incineration plant, say over here where we've already got some pollution going on, or perhaps just in here, like that. Okay, now that's still a little ways away in terms of picking up the garbage, but that should mean that there are more trucks in the vicinity. Now up here we see a crime issue at the university, and there's garbage being piled up over here as well. So let's take a look at this here. We do see a garbage truck making its way up that direction, so I think that this will get solved. There's another garbage truck here as well. That garbage truck despawned, but it looks like this one is going to be taking care of it. Yep, fantastic. As far as the crime at the university goes, let's take a look at what's going on there. Yeah, we don't have a lot of police coverage up over on this side. Let's go ahead and, because of the one-way, put it on this side. Actually, is that a one-way? Yeah, that is a one-way. Okay. Let's go ahead and put it here. Excellent. That should deal with that situation. Fantastic. And let's take a look up over here. It looks like we have a crematorium issue. So let's take a look at what's going on with that one. It looks like this is going to be taken care of immediately. Here comes the hearse. And there it goes. Fantastic. Anything else? There is an illness issue up over here. Perhaps we need... well, we have a clinic right there. So I think it's okay. I think it's completely okay. So that is wonderful. Now we are seeing a little bit of... well, this is problematic. I think that we certainly need to figure out a better way for this to not happen. Like, I want this one here to be only going this way, perhaps, and this one to be only coming this way. That might not be the worst idea. I'm also noticing that this is one way, and we may want to change that. In fact, I definitely want to change that. So let's have this be bidirectional. Like so. Now, I don't think that's going to fix this issue, to be clear. So, we need to... does Traffic Manager allow us to set which direction each one of these lanes goes? I assumed that with the bidirectional ones, it was always one way, one direction, or one way, one track, and one way the other. But apparently that's not the case. Or wait, is this trying to go this way, or are we backed up trying to go this way? Hang on. We're backed up trying to go this way. Are we backed up all the way to here? No. Okay, so where's our bottleneck here? This is something we need to determine. This train route is vital to us as of this moment. I see. I see indeed.
At Banhammer Bank, we want you to trust us with your
Okay,
money.
that
Because
definitely
this is your
would
money
be
that
an
makes you
issue,
more
wouldn't
money.
it?
How? It's not funny business, it's money business. You give your money to us and it will grow with interest.
Okay, so now that we know that that's an issue, let's take this out of here, and we're going to fix this. By doing something along the lines of this. We're going to bring this over, we're not going to connect it in, we're going to bring it down and underneath, and then we're going to connect it in somewhere over here instead. So that way it turns into the correct... I'm using the term lane, but it's not actually a lane.
Feed the money monster.
Okay.
Hello, I'm your host Elle, and
So
you're listening
that
to Cities Radio.
should, in theory, do the trick. And that does mean that this section up here should be moved to be one way,
Well, I don't have any plans
like that.
I think I might go to the zoo again and try to communicate with the animals.
That should work much, much better. Now, we're still going to have some backup here while we work on unloading these trains. That's going to take some time to fix, but it is moving much, much better. And that's amazing. I'm very, very happy about that. So we're very close at this point, and actually, you know what? I think what we need over here with this garbage situation is we need maybe a waste processing complex.
And inventing the most efficient means of shipping and packaging that mankind...
And then a waste transfer facility.
That to find what's in your soul.
So we can put a waste transfer facility, like, up over here. That said, there is garbage trucks over here right now. I think that this is just that it was further away from our waste processing. Yeah, it's under control now. So that's fine. I don't think we actually need to address that. Excellent.
The packaging specialists.
Okay, so it looks like we do still have some processing happening here. That's fine. I did want to keep a bit of an eye on this intersection. I don't necessarily like this left-hand turn, but it doesn't seem to be causing issues right now. And that does pull a lot of strain off of this intersection, so that's pretty great. Things appear to be flowing reasonably right now. We've got a bit of an issue at this... Ooh, that looked physically possible. We've got a bit of an issue at this junction. And I guess that isn't surprising. What are you attempting to do? Go straight? Yeah. I mean, this isn't shocking under any circumstances. That said, it mostly cleans up. It's only in specific situations where we have an issue. And this will probably get better once we get a tiny amount more population as well. So let's do a little bit of zoning here. This will allow us to get to that 46,000 population capacity number that we're attempting to get to. And that should happen very, very quickly here. And I am going to zone this up over here. This does, of course, mean that we can remove our power lines. Can we be in this mode, please? Apparently not. Because we're, by default, underground? Okay. Yeah, we're by default underground. Okay, let's do something like that. There we go. These power lines are completely removable, and this will buy us some additional space. Is this power line removable? Not yet. I would argue, however, that this power line is removable, as is this one, and this one here. Excellent. And this one, actually. Those are all removable. So that's fantastic. And we are going to put additional offices over here. I think I will zone another section of industrial over here, just to make sure that we do have some level of goods, at least until we get our cargo airport. We can experiment with removing that a little bit later on. And what's the issue here? Too few services? That's a very non-specific issue. What do they mean by too few services? What specific service are they short? I don't know. But I guess we'll come back to that after I look it up. Ah, yes, I did forget about this one. We do still require a power line over here. I'll build it inside of this area, even though we're trying to keep this area relatively pristine. We'll be able to take that out in a little while. Should be fine. We're also going to need some power over here, which I forgot about too. Fair enough. There we go. So we should be hitting our milestone very, very, very soon. And that's great. How are we doing on our trains at this junction here? Reasonably is the answer. So I definitely want to rework how these connections happen here. I feel like we're not having issues here, but this one right here is a bit problematic. To the point where I'm thinking about moving it to be instead up over here. Kind of like that, although I really, really hate the way that this is curving, so we're probably going to attempt to change that. Now I really, really hate the way that this is curving, so we're going to attempt to change that as well. Have it be something kind of like that. I mean, I don't really like this join. Maybe we'll just take it all the way back to here. And just bring it in. I mean, I don't necessarily like what's going on over here, but it'll do for now. So we'll bring this up over to this junction instead. And that might clean things up a little bit. Maybe. There's our metropolis. We can now do airports, and we can do cargo airports. And that is excellent. So let's go into our air transport, and let's take a look at how big cargo airports are. Okay, that's really not as bad as I was expecting. We could easily place a cargo airport out over here. Very easily. Now, we may end up wanting to move that, but we'll place it there for now. I also wouldn't necessarily mind having one out over here to service this hub. So we shall. I'd love to have one up here as well for both of these hubs put together. We could maybe fit one in up over here, or potentially out here somewhere. That angle isn't good. We could potentially give it its own dedicated road out here. It's an option. I want to look at these airports over here. And, yeah, they don't have any built-in road like the harbors do, so that's fine. I think that is okay. What I'm actually thinking about doing is maybe placing it here, or down here, maybe? These rocks would have to be removed, and I don't want to do that. I mean, we're not actually having a connection issue over here. Maybe we just have these two and call it good. We should have plenty of connection at this point, but that will hopefully remove some strain from this train station. That's the idea. Excellent. So we are finding ourselves in need of a little bit more commercial. We can place commercial in over here, and that would be fine. I'm going to zone this for now, and then once that starts to get developed, we can Well, we'll actually have to zone all of this up here. Residential, like so. About like that. And then we can look at potentially removing these power lines once that's a possibility. I'm also not a fan of what's going on here. So let's see if we can smooth that out. Just a little bit. That essentially is indicating that this road moved the terrain a little bit more than I want it to. So we're just smoothing that out ever so slightly. That's better. I'm not going to say it's good, but it's better. And it kind of fits in with what's going on over here, so I think that's okay. I think that is not too bad. Yeah, I know your services are not being supplied. I don't know what services you're looking for, but sure. Everybody else seems to be getting services, so that's fine. I am going to zone a little bit more industrial over here, and in fact, I'm going to use this tool to do it fairly quickly. There, that'll do. That's probably all the industrial we're going to zone, but we can export our goods via this cargo airport pretty easily. Okay, we have some garbage going on over here. This isn't shocking to me, to be clear. We do have a garbage truck on its way down the street. In fact, we have two, but I believe this one is full. Yeah, that one's full. This one is also full. Okay, so that indicates that we do indeed need additional garbage trucks over here. So that is good to know. We could put like a waste transfer facility somewhere over here, and then a waste processing complex out over here. Now that doesn't pick up its own garbage, of course, but that's okay. This should be more than sufficient to deal with this hub's garbage. Like, that should be massive overkill. Absolutely massive. Hello, airplane. Are you actually coming into our airport? Maybe. I don't know. You look like you might be, actually. One of our airports, anyway. I like the blur as we get in close like that. The tilt shift effect. It's very helpful. Ah, now this one is definitely coming in for a landing. Don't clip those power lines. In fact, I'm not sure if this power line is necessary anymore. It's not. Let's not have the power line over the runway. That'll probably be helpful. Okay, so we are, of course, bringing in a 40% load here. Ah, we have a sickness issue over here. This isn't super shocking to me, considering that we don't have a clinic nearby. We may want to put one in on, like, this corner. And that's what I'm going to do. Do I want to create a helicopter lane? Not right now. Perhaps later. How much cargo are you hauling? 50% load on the way out? Okay, sounds good. 65% load on the way in? Sure. Okay, so we can now air deliver down over here. That's fantastic. In addition to our trains, which are currently... Honestly, our trains have been not exactly abandoned, but the load on our train system has been dramatically reduced by building those airports. So that is just fantastic. I'm very happy about that. That is quite a number of dead people awaiting transport. We do only have the one crematorium over here. I'm going to put one in right up over... I would like to put it here-ish. Perhaps here. We'll get that online, and that will start working through this area. Excellent. Apparently, this building now has too few services. Okay. That's the traffic routes view. Can we look at a, like, services map to see what service it's lacking? That would be nice to know, because I would like to fix this. Levels, wind, pollution, traffic. There's a lot of options here. Well, actually, this icon looks like that. Is that destruction? I don't see that icon in this list, if I'm honest. That's outside connections, obviously. Disaster detection, post office services. Ah, yes, we don't really have post offices in other locations. We probably should. Shouldn't we? What is post office under? Is that in here? Like transport hubs, post service. Okay, so this is a post truck count of 20. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to demolish this post office. And then we are going to zone this up to be commercial. Fantastic. And then we're going to put in the post-sorting facility. And that can go in, looking at this size, that's an interesting shape to it, to be sure. That could go in right here in theory. I don't really like that position. It could instead go in somewhere over here. And I think that's what we'll do. So that should be able to service both of these hubs. And then we'll just have a post office, say, here. And one, say, here. To service those hubs. Excellent. How many trucks is each post service? Let's check. The office gives 10 vans and 2 trucks. The sorting facility gives 20 trucks. Okay. So we may well want to have post offices as well. So we'll have a post office there, and we'll replace this one. Excellent. Okay. There we go. Now, we still have some issues going on down here, but this should come under control, in theory. Anyway. The next question is, where do we want to expand next? I'm leaning towards up here. Let's do it. We could also expand again, potentially over here. Potentially. I think I'll hold off on deciding where we want to expand next, for now. We do see that there's a fire over here, and it looks like there's already a fire helicopter on the job, so that's fine. I do want to check in on this situation over here, though. So, as far as crematorium goes, we are working our way down here. Yeah, that seems to be fine. Another medical clinic over here wouldn't necessarily be too bad, because we're definitely having some issues with this medical clinic, even though this traffic flows this direction, which strikes me as a little odd because we should be completely fine here. Like, completely and totally fine. But we're not. We are not fine. We could put in just a hospital. Put that in somewhere like... Where would we want to put that? I mean, this would obviously destroy the castle, which is a non-starter. We could put it in up here. And I suppose that's fine. We should probably also have a hospital somewhere up here. This would be a good spot if we could actually fit it in, but we kind of can't. We could put the hospital in up here somewhere. Like that.
We provide
That's
peace
okay, I
of
guess.
mind for when you rest in peace.
Yeah, that has very good
For a
coverage.
small monthly
We'll put
sum,
another
you
one
can
in
spend your
over
final years knowing that
here-ish.
final
It looks like it
insurance
has to go on the
everything
outside,
taken care of.
and that's okay. We'll put it
Final
in
insurance,
there.
The last insurance you'll
Okay,
ever need.
next, we can definitely, at this point, eliminate these power lines.
Hello,
And
I'm
so
Skylines
we shall.
Radio, and I just wanted to thank you
And
for
that's all
taking a break
connected
from
up.
listening to all the
We're
other
going to need to
podcasts.
maintain
You know,
this power
honking,
line for the
barking,
moment.
yelling, and chirping to listen to the
Shouldn't
truth
healthcare be
music
free
right
by
here on
default?
Cities Radio.
I mean, we could
We'll
set
be
that
playing
up.
the best music from around the globe all afternoon.
In fact,
So stay
we
where you
probably
are and
should.
don't go away.
We could do free public transport,
Saddle up in the mornings with Jimmy and the Stallion.
and we can
The
also
all-morning
do
show featuring DJ
something
Jimmy
along the
Fries
lines
and a
of...
4-year-old quarter
Let's see,
horse
where
named
is
Clover.
healthcare in here? Healthcare's already
Jimmy
free for
Fries coming
students.
to you from Studio 2. Whoa, whoa! Looks like someone's horse.
Is it not in here? Maybe not.
Okay. Easy, boy.
They'll
Yeah, it
play
doesn't
your
seem to be.
favorite hits, give out great prizes, and laugh their way through your commute. Jimmy and the
Exciting.
Stallion.
Okay.
Stay
I'm
with
probably
entertainment
just
only
missing
on
it here,
Cities
in all
Radio.
honesty. There's probably somebody just yelling in the comments right now. That's a lot of airplanes coming in over here.
The week
I
is
do
over.
like to
It's
see that.
finally here. Friday night chili bowling at Andy's Bowling
And it's
Alley.
not currently
Every
causing
Friday night,
congestion
anyone who
on this
buys at least
road.
2 games
It
of
likely
bowling
will
gets a
in the
free bowl of
future,
jelly.
and in
So
that
don't
case,
wait,
we'll
book the line
probably
now.
need to
Due to recent
do some
incidents, the
changes
chili
here.
will only be distributed at the end
We'll
of
have
your
to
visit,
think about
and
how
you
we
can
want to
enjoy it
do
wherever
that,
you
though,
want,
because this is
in a
not
park,
really
at
set up
home,
for high
or at a
traffic.
construction site. In the meantime, you'll have
But it
all the fun
looks
that
like
bowling
this
can
is
provide.
okay
So
for right
come on
now.
back and be reminded that you're not actually
It's a
that
right
good at
turn to go
bowling.
in and a
Andy's
right turn to
Bowling
go
Alley.
out, so it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, this is actually one way, so in reality, this should be fine.
Don't go away because I'll be here pretty much all day.
Yeah, it should be completely
Hope I
fine.
don't forget to bring my lunch again.
It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, rather. And next episode, we are going to attempt to deal with this healthcare issue, but it should, in theory, be sorted. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.